This week on commandN, MySpace gets smaller, Intel gets better, and Jeff talks podcamp. Welcome to episode 233 of commandN. I'm Amber. We are in the middle of a deep freeze in Toronto, so if any of our viewers out there live in a sunny and hot place, we are all open to an invitation to come and visit. Now let's get right into it and talk about the tech headlines of the week. Our headlines this week are brought to you by our friends over at GoDaddy.com. If you want to buy a new domain name or sign up for the hosting services and get a great deal, all you have to do is check out all of the offers at commandN.tv/GoDaddy. And when you use one of these codes, you will be supporting the show. So thanks for that. MySpace has laid off about 50% of its staff, approximately 500 people. They also announced this week that they are considering selling the company. This definitely is sad news for people out there who were once hooked on the most popular social network in the world. However, clearly Facebook has really taken over and won our hearts. All of us here at commandN are fans of the iPhone application called Instagram that allows you to add more than 12 interesting filters to your mobile photos. Now, if you're wondering what to do with those pictures after you've taken them, a company called Hatchcraft has unveiled a service called Boo Box, where you can go and you can buy a bamboo shadow box that will hold your Instagram pics. Now, this is about 4 inches wide, beautiful design, and it's available for only $20. Google Demo Slam is a competition where people use Google products to come up with an interesting project. It runs until the end of January. This is one of the best submissions so far. It's an animated video that was created by 3 people. They have used only Google Docs to create this presentation, and it is really recreating more than 400 slides into an 89-second video. The Washington Post has created a really neat infographic that really tracks the history over the past 3 decades of different types of technologies, everything from the fax machine to the tape recorder, all the way to the smartphone. To promote its new processor, Intel has launched the Chase Film, which really is an interactive journey across a desktop computer. It's kind of similar to the digital story of Nativity, but in this case, it's a much more modern version. Participation in real-time social media grew by 20% in 2010. That meant people were spending more time on Twitter, Tumblr, and sites that allowed you to interact in real time versus doing things on static websites like traditional blogging.
Hi, I'm Jeff MacArthur, and for this week's Spotlight segment, we're talking with Craig Moore, one of the organizers of PodCamp Halifax. So the big question on everyone's mind is usually, what exactly is a PodCamp? What do you expect from PodCamps and PodCamp Halifax in particular?
Well, if you don't know anything about what a PodCamp is, it's commonly called an unconference, and essentially it's very attendee driven. So whoever shows up to talk about things, they're the ones who run the PodCamp. It's almost like you just hang your shingle, whatever you want to talk about, that's what gets talked about. And it's very organic, very open, but structured as well. People talking about a variety of things about online. Now that can be things like talking about HTML5, it could be people talking about blogging, it could be people talking about user interface, it could be people talking about online video and things like that. So the whole wide scope of what goes on the web. So our first year we tried to really swing for the top, and we were able to get Andrew Barron of Rocket Boom to come as our first keynote. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
he
great.
Just killed it. It was awesome. Our second year we had McLean Greaves from Zoomer Media in Toronto, gave us a quick release the week before on the iPad. So it's been very very innovative, and we've had lots of people talk about tons of different things. It's a really exciting time. So this year we've kind of upped our game a little bit. We've brought on many more sponsors, and we're going to change it. Instead of having a feature keynote, we're going to have a feature keynote panel led by someone who we haven't yet revealed.
Okay, so that'll be upcoming. And how's the reaction to this been in Halifax? Like over the past 3 years, and from what you've seen this year, is there a lot of traction in the community here? And what do you think draws people to it?
It's a fantastic draw in the community here. We have a really tight tech community here, and they're very supportive of this type of organization, this type of gathering. Every year we've sold it. This year, the first year was like about 150 people we kind of thought we had e-tickets for. That sold out like within 2 weeks or so. Last year sold out again at about 250 really rapidly as well. And this is only through promotion through Twitter and Facebook and things like that. This year we opened it up to like 350 e-tickets, and those have been quickly gone. There's a waiting list for it. So everyone rallies around it. They love the idea, and they love the fact that it's free and it's open for anyone to come and that anyone can participate. The infrastructure has grown every year since we've started PodCamp. The first year we had a simple open wiki, we had Facebook, we had a WordPress hosted WordPress site, and a LinkedIn group as well for communicating. So we've built from that each year, and actually even using our Twitter account as well to build up even more. Last year was again an open wiki and so on, but we wanted to do more this year. So we were able to bring on one of our partners and supportive people from here in Halifax, sayhithere.ca. They actually built us a custom WordPress site for PodCamp Halifax this year, and it's been awesome. It looks great, it handles the traffic really well, and it just looks much more professional. We're very excited about PodCamp Halifax this year. We've brought on more sponsors, we have raised the bar of all the involvement for everyone, and we're doing even like a night before function where we're having that social media in real life. So we'll get to see everybody with their Twitter tags, and shake hands. It's gonna be awesome. To find out more, go to our podcamphalifax.ca, check out our session pages, see our sponsors. I'd like to see you there.
Our webPICK this week is from commandN viewer Sid, who lives in Queensland, New Zealand. He spent a couple of weeks recently creating an iPhone app called Committee that allows you to track your progress insofar as commitment. So this is great for anyone out there who has made some New Year's resolutions and needs a little help keeping them on track. When my mouth starts to freeze, I know it is time to wrap the show. So that's all for this week's episode. As always, we'd love to get your feedback. All you have to do is visit us online at commandN.tv. If you have an idea for a webPICK, leave us a link there, or even better, create us a video that we can include in the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. My face is frozen.